Hello and welcome to Earlestown Junction. Decided to give Willow Newbridge a rest for a while, which is a fictional railway, and concentrate on building something that will resemble Earlestown Junction and Earlestown Station, which is my hometown basically. I've already got the baseboards down and I've started a bit of the track. Put the station platform roughly where it's going to go. That is just as a marker really. I'm going to actually change that completely. I'm just working out where the 9 Arches Bridge is going to go. I'm going to have to miss a lot of scenery out because I want to fit the whole 9 Arches Bridge in. How I'm going to build that I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. I'm fairly new to rolling line. I probably downloaded the game about 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago or something. I'm probably 60-70% through finishing Willow Newbridge, which is based on a model railway, a real model railway I used to have. Albeit it was a lot smaller, it was built in a box room. It was nice to be able to work on rolling lines on it and make it a lot bigger, putting all the things in that I would have liked to have had in the real model. Now this is a representation. This is just a marker of Wargrave Road Bridge. This is just to mark, to put the tracks over the top of. This is the junction here. It's took some messing about and I still might rearrange it yet. Actually, platform 4 and 5, which would be on the right hand track there, in the real line, is the longest and tightest bend in the UK. I think it's restricted to 20 miles an hour for trains. It's going to take me a long time. It's going to be a work in progress. I think for now the scenery is just going to be on that front row. The rest is just going to be for, the rest of the baseboards is going to be for like storing trains. Like a fiddle yard. Well, I can't wait to run a train through it. Test it out. Well, as you can see, I've done a little bit more work on the track. Got changeover points there. Just gauging how big the bridge is going to be. I think that looks too tall at the minute. I might have to raise that board up. So in reality the real bridge won't be that tall. A lorry can get through, a bus can get through, but when Vulcan Works was all down the Vulcan making train parts and real trains, used to struggle taking them through on lorries. Like in the old days they used to have a train line running through to it and they used to take them on the back of a train, but in later years all that was taken away and what was left of Vulcan Works was only making parts, if I remember rightly. I remember walking down one day quite a few years ago and there was a lorry almost stuck under the bridge. They were trying to work out how to get it through. I think it had a machine part for an engine part for a train that was being sent abroad. It was too big to get under the bridge. I think they let the tyres down in the end and it just about got under. That's enough rattling on back to the track. I say I've just slightly rearranged everything. It's not as tight as I'd like it to be, but it's near enough. As I said, it's only a representation of Earlestown Junction. Just messing about now, getting the second track in. As I said, I'm new to rolling line and still learning what you can't do with it. So there's a lot of trial and error to go on before I get there. It gives me something to do, keeps me quiet. I like going fishing, but the weather's not brilliant, so I'm not going too often at the minute. I used to go once a week. I'm going probably once a fortnight, once every 3 weeks now, until the weather warms up, and then I might go out a bit more. It's getting there. No. Because all this thinking makes me head hurt. Not tight enough. I'll have to keep messing about. Trial and error. I'll get there in the end. Well, I've got it something like now. As I said, the beauty of this game, unlike building a real model, it's a lot easier to make changes. I'm not quite happy with that, but well, we'll see. That little siding that you saw there, you can see now, that isn't there anymore. I don't think it's needed. I think in the old days with wooden sleepers it was to stop the line moving. And I think that's what it was for. With modern lines now on concrete sleepers, there's no need for that. I had to walk over the station the other day. Went to the end of the platform 3 and platform 4, which is right round the other side, round this bend here. Round here's platform 4 and 5. I couldn't see that siding anymore, so maybe they've took it up. Just keep messing about changing the radius and the angles until I get something like, I'm not that fussy, I don't want it to be banged on. My patience doesn't go that far. If I get it something like that does for me. It's getting better. Might be a little bit tight though. I said it's a lot of trial and error with this. There might be an easy way of doing it, but if there is one, I don't know it. That might work. If the screen shakes while I'm filming, it's me shaking the mouse. I actually have Parkinson's disease, and I shake tremor. Well, I get a tremor in my right hand quite a lot when I'm doing things like this. Most of the time anyway. I have to use both hands on the mouse. I find it pretty difficult, but I enjoy this game. I'm glad I found it. I used to play VR quite a lot, but I've developed like vertigo and tinnitus, like it's screeching in my ears, and playing VR makes me feel really sick at the minute. And this game, the beauty of it, you can play it on VR or you can play it on PC, so best of both worlds. Anyway, back to the railway building. As I said, it's a lot of trial and error, but that's the fun of it. I think we'll bring a loco in and test it out. Well, it's looking good, I think. Love the sound of them starting up. I much prefer steam trains if I'm visiting a preserved railway. I like diesels as well, especially the old Deltas. I think they were a 55, they were a 55, weren't they? The old Deltics. And the 56s as well. I would say my favourite steam trains are Black 5. I've actually drove one of them many years ago. A real one, that is. Obviously I've drove model ones. Oops, I'm always pressing the right hand mouse button, dropping things. And then points there, or crossover, whatever you want to call it. So when trains come back up from Mornington Banky, Chester, Wales line, which are normally Arriva trains, so they can cross over and get on the right side of the track, obviously. Can't wait to get some of the work done. I'll get round to making Wargrave Bridge, Road Bridge. I'm going to get the line something like, and then I'm going to start work on Earlestown station. The trouble with me is, I want to get things done. My patience only goes so far, and I tend to start rushing things. Start saying, oh, that'll do. And then much later when I look at it, I think I could have done much better. So I've got to hopefully take my time a bit more with this. Oh, bloody dropped it again. Oh, and again. So anyone who's got Parkinson's or anything like that, you know, unless you've got it or you know somebody's got it, it's hard to understand how it affects you. I've got to say, this game's been a godsend for me, because I've not been going out on my work that much. I've not been feeling like it really lately, and it's too cold anyway for me. Getting old now. Well, I feel like I'm getting old. I've got it for VR, as I said, but I've found I can't play VR for very long now. So it's good that you can play it on PC as well. The game makers have thought of everything, done a really good job of it. It's not perfect. I think it was released in 2018-ish. So it's a fairly new game, I suppose. They found out a lot of bugs from the research I've done, made things a lot better. Added things like steam particles, smoke particles for trains. The audio that they've got is really good. You can put audio speakers and pick from various sounds, like rivers, engine sounds, I think, well, factory sounds, nature sounds, seaside sounds. On Willow Newbridge I've got various sounds. On Dilmouth Sounds is actually a seaside resort, and I've got waves and seagulls. It adds to the gameplay experience, I think. All seems to be running fine back for now anyway. I'm happy with it. Need some crossovers here for when the train is coming from Liverpool. It needs to cross over them lines to the left-hand track because they always from Liverpool to Banky, which will be going to Wales or Chester or whatever. We'll have to come over to the left-hand track. They always use platform 3, you see. Well, they have to do. And it's a single track. I think years ago it was a double track. Looks like there was room for a double track there. I don't ever remember there being 2 lines down there, but for anyone who doesn't know, Earlestown station, well, the Liverpool to Manchester line was the first ever passenger line built. You know, you all know the story of the Rocket and Stevensons and all that. Stephen Robinson. What was his name? I'll have to look that up. His name's gone out of my head. Anyway, the Rocket used to run up and down there, or trains like it. I was going to tell you a bit about history then, and as always, my memories let me down. Robert Stevenson and his brother, whatever his name was, one built trains. The other was a bridge on railway engineer. He built the bridges and laid the tracks, I think. Can't remember his name. I don't know which one did what. Can't remember anything these days. As long as I remember how to get home, that's all that matters. Well, else seems to be running fine. I'm happy with that. Well, I've got a lot of the track in the background now, on the back of the baseboards, back of the layout. I've had to cut a lot out because this particular video episode was getting a bit long. I wanted them about 15 minutes and it's already getting on for 19-20 minutes. So I'm going to cut a lot out. I don't think everyone needs to see me using trial and error to get the lines to fit. It's just a matter of get it in the earlier bits, just keep trying different things. Two ways very useful, like gap filler. That is absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video a bit short. I might have another clip to show you, and then we'll see. I just thought I'd show you this clip, just in the back, the sideline now. I know it's a bit Iraqi and a bit sad, but I love watching the trains go over bridges, even though that's not going to be the bridge, but I'll be building that from scratch. Seems to be running slow. Just check this train speed, gameplay, and it's normal. No, I'll leave it on normal. And I've got to say, I didn't originally want this layout as big. To get the 9 Arch Bridge in, the station, all the crossover points, well, the Wargrave Road Bridge, it's actually took a lot more space than I thought. We're going to have storage fiddle yard area for up to 6, maybe 7 trains. I'm going to mainly have DMUs. What year I'm going to set it in, or decade, I'm going to use like something like 1990 to 2010, 2010 to 2020. Now I don't think I'll go that far forward because 2014, 2015, the line that run from Earlestown to Liverpool was never electrified until 2015. I'm going to set it before that, so I'll just be running diesels and the odd steam train special through and the odd Delta. Oh, that seems to be running fine. I'm going to just take it around the other way one more time to test it. So what I can't do, I can navigate which way the points should be facing. Just when I think I've got it, I get it wrong and the trains go up the wrong way and crash into each other. When there's 2 points near each other, I'm always opening the wrong ones, changing the wrong ones. I love getting down low and watching golden bridges. We have a real model rail in the below New Bridge. Just to get right down. Imagine it is actually in there. That's the beauty of this game, you can actually shrink yourself and get right down into it. Miniaturise yourself, drive trains. I like to, well, it's a bit sad about Below New Bridge. I like to shrink down, start off with driving the engine, but sort of walk back into the carriages and sit down on a chair, looking out of a window, like I would in real life, have a cup of tea, something to eat. Life thinks I'm a right anorak. I probably am. But I will be an anorak. Anoraks are the clever people who remember things.